So I scripted this video and I'm realising as I'm reading it back, ready to record, that I haven't quite found my tone yet. So I thought I would just ad-lib this based off my notes. You'll probably hear the pumping in the background, but your girl got to multitask. So the biggest regret for me and the thing I wish I'd have known is how much time I would spend cleaning and sterilising bottles, and also how much space it actually takes up, like on the worktop. I wish that I had got less bottles and less pumping stuff, and I wish I'd have got self-sterilising bottles, because the reason why we didn't get like a microwave steriliser was because our microwave was too small. But if we got self-sterilising bottles, I could have just, they would have been fine just in the microwave. And yeah, I just feel like we didn't think about that, and I didn't really realise how much space it would take up. We actually ended up buying like those drying mats and just getting one specifically for the bottles, so that when we were doing the washing up and everything, they would like stay away from other stuff and we wouldn't put other things on them, so they would stay sterile basically. But I don't really know how sterile it actually is, so I don't know, it just seems like a massive waste of time. Like, this entire clip was about 5 minutes, and this is multiple times a day that I'm doing this. It just seems a bit redundant. And then actually washing up the bottles, putting them in the steriliser, and then letting them out to dry or drying them up like immediately. It just is so much, and it's so much of a waste. I can't tell you how many rolls of kitchen roll we have just upstairs in the airing cupboard and on top of the fridge area. Like, it's insane the amount of kitchen roll we have, and we can't not use kitchen roll because it has to be disposable. So like, it just feels like a massive waste and not very nice. But anyway, so I wish we'd have just got self-sterilising bottles and a small microwavable sterilizer thing for the pump stuff. I didn't know at the time how much I would be pumping / if I would be pumping at all, so I bought a pump set with just one set of accessories, and then it actually worked out cheaper to get another pump set secondhand on eBay, I think it was, which came with the accessories as well. So I think the accessories set was like 38 quid or something. I might be exaggerating, I might have misremembered, but it was 30 something quid, I know. And then a secondhand pretty much brand new pump set and all the bits with it was like £15 or something. So it was definitely worth it. And I ended up getting 2 more secondhand, so it worked out quite well. So I've got like 3 full sets, which is great. Yeah, so that's my biggest regret, I think, about the MAM. I wish I'd have gone with MAM self-sterilising bottles. And the other reason I wish I'd have gone with MAM is because my kids latch so much better after they've had the MAM dummies, because that's the only dummies that they like. After they've had those, they're much better at latching than if they were to have like a bottle or half a bottle with the Tommy Tippy teats and then latch after that. They just won't, and I think it's because they're used to like the shape of the mouth they have to make, and they don't have to work as hard for a bottle. So I think that's another thing that's just very annoying, that it's very annoying. They got very lazy very, very quickly. Another thing I wish I'd have done differently / I wish I'd have known before is like proper sleepwear at appropriate ages and stuff, and when to change up what they're sleeping in. I had quite a scary experience where I woke up one night and one of them was crying, and I could hear lots of movement going on, and they just started to just be a lot more active and wriggly at night. And what happened was they pulled the muslin pretty much over their face, and it was like terrifying. But since then, I've been like, well, what can I put them in? Because I don't want them to get cold. I don't want them to be crying all night. They really, really enjoy being swaddled. So at that point, we moved on to Velcro swaddles, which was really good. But then at about 2.5 months, I think we changed to sleep sacks or sleeping bags, whatever they're called. And that was good because I feel like they got into a much deeper sleep. It's something to do with having their arms above their head all the time and the way that their hips go out, I think, or something. I don't really know, but that's what I remember from being told. And we got the sleep sacks from Vinted. They were like £5 for 2, so it was really good. Secondhand all the way, 100%. Thirdly, I wish I'd have spent more time looking at car seat options with Pram and like integrated travel systems and stuff, because I I didn't realise how much time I'd actually spend putting the Pram together, putting it in the car, taking it out of the car, and going places and all of that stuff. I am really impatient when it comes to shopping online, and my partner takes great joy in researching lots of different things. I'd normally say, oh, I'm really interested in XYZ, or the other day I was like, oh, I'm really interested in getting a Kindle maybe on the Amazon Prime Day, like, can you have a look and tell me what one would be the best one to get? And he was like, yeah, of course. And then afterwards I was like, I don't actually think I need a Kindle because I don't have time, so let's stick with Audible and Scribd. So anyway, tangent. Yeah, so I wish I'd have done more research myself into understanding like all the different things and properly researching what people used and how they liked it, because I really like our Pram. It's good now that we don't have to use the cocoon inserts. It's really good. I really like it. It's the Bubba Venus Max. It's lightweight. It folds and goes flat in the boot. We have a Skoda Fabia. It lies flat in the boot if the front wheels are off the buggy, but it can also stand upright against the back seat, and I can have quite a lot of room in the boot still. So that is good. The only thing is just it would have been so much easier to have ones that just click into a frame. But hey ho, you live and learn. And it was about $2,500 for like a properly good one with all the trimmings. But the car seat solution bases, we've ended up having to get 2 sets of car seats because of the ages. So I don't actually know how that will work out in the end, but who knows. In terms of money, I don't know how much it will have cost in total, but I worked out, I think it was about £900 or just shy of £900 for the Pram, 2 car seats, 2 bases. So yeah, with the extra 2 seats, I think it will probably be, I think they're about 120 quid each. But yeah, the integrated travel systems, like the really, really, really good ones, are $2,500. And so I'm not sad that I didn't spend the money, but every time I do get the Pram out of the car, I'm like, it would be nice if I didn't have to do this. And I guess the last thing on my list of my notes is breastfeeding, to be honest. And I think it will probably need its own video eventually, when I feel like when my breastfeeding journey comes to an end, which we will do in the next couple of months. I feel like it needs its own video, but the Twins Trust have a breastfeeding drop-in Zoom call every Monday, I think, which you can join if you're a member of the Twins Trust, which I highly recommend that you do, because it's like £3.10 a month or something, and you get access to lots of different information. There's a newsletter that comes through the post, which isn't the most sustainable thing, but I guess they've got to make sure that lots of people are getting the information. And an email every few days at least, and I just find it's really good information. And yeah, they have access to a Zoom call every Monday, which you can drop in and ask questions, or you can just drop in just to listen to people asking questions. I would recommend going a few times because you will want to know people's first-hand experience. I am in a small group of twin mum friends. There's 3 of us, and they both really struggled with breastfeeding and went on to formula, and I think it was the best decision for them. Like, they made the best decision for them and their family, and that is honestly all you can do. Like, just make the decision that works best for you. And I think because I was quite set on breastfeeding, but I wasn't set on breastfeeding until after I started breastfeeding. Honestly, it was really weird. It was like I started and then I didn't want to stop. And now, because they're not actually feeding from me the majority of the time and I'm pumping and they're having it out of bottles, like, it annoys me a bit that I still have to pump. So it's just so much time. It's like literally 20. Oh god, I'm almost full. I'm gonna stop the pumping now. It just annoys me that I still have to do it, but then I don't actually have to. Like, there's no one telling me that I have to do it. It's literally just me, and I think one day I will just stop. And I definitely have slowed down. My supply's definitely gone down, because normally, like, after a whole night of not pumping, I would have filled the bottle in like 6 minutes, and that took about 15 minutes to fill the bottle. So and it's a lot. It's like most people after 20 minutes only get about 90 ml each side, and I'm doing literally double that pretty much. So anyway, another tangent. I knew this would happen if I ad-libbed. Anyway, yeah, I loved tandem feeding. I thought it was amazing. And then again, I will make this into another video, but short story, they weren't putting on weight, or went to the hospital, and they pediatricians said to me that they'll have to feed from a bottle so that they know how much they're getting. So that was not a nice time. That was not a fun experience whatsoever of the hospital and of the experience, but in the long run it actually worked out best for us, because it meant that I didn't have to tandem breastfeed in the middle of the shopping centre or whatever. I could just sit and use a bottle. So anyway, bottles were definitely, I don't regret doing the bottles, I just regret the type of bottles that we used. Anyway, I think that's it on my list. Maybe I'll find more things and I'll do another video of stuff that I regret, but I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that you can gain some insight into a couple of things that I feel I wish I'd have done differently. But yeah, I will speak to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.